going on, everybody? Welcome back to Row with the Flow Garage. Today we're working on the Fairlane. Gonna change the timing. Like I say, it's winter time here, so I've got a lot of projects I want to nail down for the winter. Gonna try my hand at building the center console for the car. Also want to redo the exhaust so I can try to get some exhaust streams out of the car while we're driving it. Shorten the dipstick tube for the engine oil. Gotta do that. And then right now I'm going to change the timing on it, and I'll show you what's going on with that. So we're going to go ahead and spin the engine around until we get my markup. Which is kind of hard to video, so you gotta kind of bear with me. So I already went on and took my distributor cap off. Didn't want to bore you with that. Just 2 screws, pop it off, out of my way. See, this is a cam sync distributor. So it's got a noise light there for the cam sync, and that is hitting the intake manifold. And I need to be able to turn the distributor this way to get more timing out of it, because right now the timing's set pretty low. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to pick it up and I'm going to turn it a tooth, because also my rotor button, I'm out of adjustment on it. You see, it's already adjusted all the way this way, and you see where number 1 is, my black mark there. So my distributor rotor needs to go that way for more adjustability. Also, that way I'll be able to get more adjustability out of the distributor. So gonna get the motor up top dead center, and then I'll pull the distributor out of here. So I got the motor up top dead center. I'd show you, but it's down there, very hard to see. Had to have my headband on there to see it better, but anyway, get this distributor hose down off. I went on and set the rotor button to the middle because I'd like to have a little bit of adjustability out of it, setting it in the middle. And you see how far off it is, number 1. So I need to be able to get this where it should be. To just gotta get it all set right so I can, as I should be able to run more timing in the engine than I am, but I can't because I can't go any further. So I got my distributor hose down, didn't want to come out of there. There we go. Got the distributor hose down out. Now hopefully I can pull it out of here. Just pretty froze in there. There we go. Alright. So as you lift it, the rotor starts going that way. So I'm going to have to turn it possibly even a couple teeth, because I want it to be back there. Let's see, that might have went too far. We'll see here. Just loosen this and just see how close that puts me. Yeah, see, it's probably 1 tooth too far. Pick it back up. Let's see, once I turn my distributor that way to get more timing out of it, we should be pretty close. I'm thinking there might not be anything in between that. We'll see here. Let me fiddle with it for a second. Hang on. I went on and pulled the distributor out just to check the gear, because I haven't checked it, in a while. Well, ever since I started running the motor. As you can see, the gear is very damaged, so I have to pause here on that part, and ordered a gear already, so I have to get me a new gear going, and I'll go from there. So for now, that part of the project's done. I'm going to go ahead and put put the turbo blanket on, because I do have a new turbo blanket. I'm gonna make sure all these bolts are tight and everything's good to go, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the turbo blanket on it. Alright, checking the bolt down pipe clamps since I have them both off. Oops. Very windy out here today, so you might hear the wind going in the background. You may also hear one of my dogs out here with me. You hear dog chains going. Alright, that's good. Bolts are tight, so then I'm going to make sure the mounting bolts are. That one's good. The other two are kind of a pain in the butt. Those are both good. So I'm going to get this turbo blanket thrown on here. So, got a new DEI blanket. Had, all the header wrap and everything's DEI, so I wanted it to match. So it's their titanium blanket. So, I'm going to get this thing on there and try to wire it up. Tricky part will be sticking the wire on. To hold the bad boy in place. They say not to super duper tighten it down, so just more or less secure it, and that's what we did. Access there. So there we go. Got the little wire ties wired. Can't see it hardly, but anyway, there we go. Back to being covered. Gotta find me an air filter. I had a little one. I gotta try to find that thing. I'm not sure what I did with it. If get rid of that, get me a new one. There's that. Get my new distributor gear on and we'll be back. I went ahead and plugged the distributor hole there for now. One thing I've been searching for in the car is the clip to hold the sun visors right there. Missing a clip. Hadn't been able to find it. Hadn't been able to find the internet anywhere. Parts cars, been emailing people, texting people. Nobody seemed to have one. Well, I got lucky and found one in my stash. So I'm gonna get that thing put up there. One less thing down. And there we go. Got my new sun visor clip up. Now the sun visors are nice and secure, and they will no longer be bouncing on me while we're driving down the road. One step closer. So I got the gear here. That's the old gear. See how much worn out it is versus the new gear. Big difference. Good thing I noticed it. I would have recorded this putting the gear on, but we had to use a press at my work, and they're not so into me videoing anything while I'm there. And that's okay. So only thing I gotta do is I gotta finish drilling the hole so I can put the rope in it to lock it. So I'm gonna put it in the vise real quick and finish drilling the hole. Alright, got it all the way through. Now I gotta drive the roll pin in and be good to go. Clean it up, put it in. Alright, so I gotta put this assembly lube on the gear because it's a break-in oil-like substance. Break-in lube for the gear. Just gonna give it a real good coating all the way around. Drip all over my motor, which I'm not a fan of. Alright, got it good and lubed up here. I'm going to use a little bit of Seal Glide for the O-ring so it slides in without cutting it. Put a little bit on there. Around. Alright. Ready to sit it in. Get my rotor over here by number 1. Too far. I'll turn it one more tooth. And one more. Alright, there it is down. Now I can still, when I up the timing, it'll move the cap to number 1 where I've got it marked on the distributor there. I'll clean up my mess and put the hose down on and plug in the distributor and see if it starts. I clean up all my assembly lube from that gear, but I wanted to make sure I had it good and coated. I'm going to plug my distributor in here. I'm going to try to go this way of it. It's tight behind the body of it there. It's really the only one that matters, I believe. I don't use the cam sync, so I don't even think I have to have this one plugged in, but I do anyway. A little more assembly lube here, gotta get cleaned up. I'm gonna put my distributor hose down on loosely. I'm gonna go ahead and snug this rotor down. It's right now it's set dead at top dead center, so I'm going to leave it there first and we'll see how it starts and runs that way first. Put the cap back on. Get my timing light set up and give it a fire. See if it starts. So first step, I gotta hook this thing to the laptop. That way I can disable the advanced timing in the computer. You can't set the timing in the engine when the computer's trying to adjust it for you already. The first thing I gotta do is do that. Gotta go right here and enable timing test. Just had to enable the timing test there, and so I got it set right now at 20 degrees. So that's where I gotta set my timing on the engine, 20 degrees. So I should be able to go and start it now. back on in the computer, but first I'll set the rotor button. But here we go. Of course. Go ahead and start it. So now what I gotta do is I have to check the rotor button to see if it's within reach, which means I gotta put the engine up top dead center. Actually, MSD says to go to full timing, so I'll go to 20 where I got it set and see where the rotor button faces on number 1. Make sure it's close. I don't know if it's a compression stroke or the intake, or the exhaust stroke. I'll take off the cap, see where the rotor button's at. If it's turned 180 from where number 1 is, I know I gotta go another round, but I don't know where the motor's at, obviously, because I just turned it off. Motor is on the compression stroke. It's hard to see in there, obviously, because the cap's so tight. I don't know, can you get that picture there? See, the mark is here, motor button's over there, so I'm going to turn it, adjust it some. I had more room on this cap before where Alright, so now we're facing dead at number 1 with the rotor button. So now that should be good, but I'm going to fire it up one more time and see if it's still popping and cracking like it was there.
Sound better.
Sound much better.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. Got the timing set on the car finally. I feel like it's a good spot. So it was running good, no popping, no cracking once I got the rotor button there. One step closer to being able to tune it. Obviously, I would love to do a test drive after I set the timing like that, but the roads are still nasty because of all the snow and the ice, so I have to wait on that. But I do feel more better now that we got that set. So As always, I appreciate you watching my videos. Like and subscribe. Give me a comment. You know, if there's something else you want to see more of the car, just let me know. I'll be happy to show you. Thank you all. Have a good one. And as always, roll with the flow.